Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, we'll be continuing our journey into Act 9, covering all of the easiest paths. If multiple paths are an option in a quest, I will cover them all. Remember that this is just what I found easier, and your roster and experiences may vary. So let's dive in. Act 9, Chapter 2, Quest Number 2, Signs and Portents. I'm still going to be avoiding those Scourge nodes. The path we'll be taking today is straight up through Agent Venom. Here we will find Seeing Red, Chitinous Thorns, Enhanced Bleed 2, Escalating Armor Buff 1, Winded 1, and Imperial Defiance. Seeing Red will give our mutant attackers 90% bleed resistance, as well as removing all bleeds off them when they throw a special attack. Each time they remove a bleed this way, or are just flat out immune to one, they will gain a permanent, stacking 35% Fury, up to 10. We've seen this node in the event quest many times before. Where do these bleeds come from? Well, Chitinous Thorns mean each time you make contact with the defender, for every armor up buff on them, you will be bled for 5 seconds. Where do these armors come from? Well, Escalating Armor Buff will give the defender a fairly small armor buff every 10 seconds. Imperial Defiance can make it tough to get rid of these armor buffs though, as it will make the defenders immune to Nullify, Stagger and Fate Seal, as well as any effects that rely on ability accuracy, such as Neutralize. Luckily, the Winded node means that we can apply a tiny armor break to the opponent each time we knock them down, and we can use this to remove the armors. This is something you will want to do, as Enhanced Bleed's 60% increased bleed potency stacks additively with the 90% reduction from Seeing Red, meaning that these bleeds are only actually reduced by 30%. Do not let them stack up, as they really hurt. Really, we can use anyone for this path as long as they're a mutant. If they're not directly bleed immune, just keep those armors in check and you'll be fine. Apocalypse, Bishop, Colossus, Dazzler, Onslaught, Sauron, both Storms, and many, many others. All great options. And if this video is helping you at all, please remove those armor buffs from that like button. The boss we'll be taking in this quest is Nightcrawler. Here we have Thunderstruck, High Voltage, Ticking Time Bomb, Cement Shoes, Dizzy, and Emotional Walls. Getting a bit personal with that last one. The primary node here is Thunderstruck. Your shock effects will deal 25% more damage, but without one of them on Nightcrawler, he will take 90% less damage. We can either apply them directly or use the High Voltage node, which will apply a shock passive each time we power drain, burn, or lock Nightcrawler using a tech champion. They aren't big shocks, so don't rely on them as a damage source, but it opens up options if you don't have anyone that can directly apply shocks. Ticking Time Bomb will give you a bomb charge each time you parry. Get to 3 charges and they all go away, but they take 15% of your max health with them. You can remove these charges by hitting Nightcrawler's block. We have to balance this with Cement Shoes. Every 6 seconds you gain a cement charge. 3 charges and you are rooted for 4 seconds. You can remove these charges by blocking hits. So we hit Nightcrawler's block to remove bomb charges, and we let him hit ours to remove Cement Shoes charges. Dizzy will inflict you with a Disorient debuff for 12 seconds each time Nightcrawler evades, so make sure your parries stick. Finally, we have Emotional Walls, and this is a nice helpful node. This will place a debuff on Nightcrawler each time you parry him. First parry is a slow, then a panic, then a slow, then a panic, and so on. Both of these debuffs prevent Nightcrawler from evading us, so use them to your advantage, but watch out for the bomb charges stacking up. Champions with easy access to shock, such as Hulkbuster, Shuri, Idoom, Arcade, Guardian, Nimrod, maybe Red Skull, and so on, are our best options for this fight, as well as champions with access to power manipulations mentioned above, such as Dr. Octopus, Guillotine 2099, Prowler, The Visions, and so on. So, for our team. Well, we need shocks for the boss, so Shuri and Hulkbuster would be awesome there, which leaves us with 3 slots for the path. Onslaught has natural bleed resistance, so we'll have him as a safe option, but let's have some fun with our last options. Sure, we could bring a Mega Red and Colossus and go through it very easily, but I'm feeling some OG Storm. She scales very, very well with any sort of Fury increase, so she takes slot 4. And last up, a champion that is brand new for me, Dazzler. I have never played her before, so this is probably a really bad time to learn, but we're going to do it anyway. Fairly soon after this video goes out, I will try and get up a short commentated video of me going through this path with the exact team I suggest. It'll be much more relaxed, but should hopefully give some more insight into how I look at getting around these issues. I will also answer any popular questions from the comments of this video and that video, so please leave yours down below. As always, remember that this is just story content, so it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. If you get stuck here and find yourself spending lots of resources, stop and focus on something else. The monthly event quest and side quests are a great place to pick up more materials, shards and units, as are battlegrounds and the arena. So, that's it. Everything you need to know to clear all of 9.2.2. I'll be continuing these Act 9.2 guides as quickly as possible before going back to 8.15. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments section, and consider joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.